Everyone. My name is Xochitl Delgado Solorzano, and I am the director of the Honors College PATH program.
And hi, everybody. My name is Michelle King, and I'm the assistant director of the Honors College PATH program.
So today we're going to talk to you all about the PATH program, what it is, the requirements, and how you apply to become part of the PATH program. PATH is a scholarship and mentorship program that supports high-achieving students from underrepresented communities. So we attract, like I said, high-achieving students from underrepresented students. These students have strong academic backgrounds, but are not yet honors admissible. And what we do with the PATH program is increase the students' exposure to higher education and different honors experiences. So these are going to be the types of academic activities and opportunities that they'd have access to when they become eligible to join honors. We emphasize the importance of leadership and engagement. So our PATH scholars are usually very active in high school, both at their schools and in their communities. We want them to continue this level of engagement, and so we make sure that they take advantage of those opportunities on campus. And we offer a variety of professional and peer mentorship opportunities to support them in their academic journey at the University of Arkansas. And we also place a high focus on self-advocacy and resiliency. And we do this because one of the goals of the PATH program is making sure that our scholars are prepared with the tools and experiences they need for life after graduation. So like I mentioned earlier, the PATH program provides support for students from underrepresented communities. But what does that really mean? So students from underrepresented communities for us are first-generation college students, so neither of their parents graduated from a 2- or 4-year institution. They are members of an ethnic or racial minority here on our campus. They come from a low-income background, so there's high need to pay for college. Or also if they're a minority in their major. So that would be women in STEM fields or men in fields like nursing or higher education. And also students that are from primarily rural areas, right? So Arkansas is a very rural state. We have a lot of students that come from smaller communities, and coming to a larger Northwest Arkansas community, they would be a minority. And so we've talked about the types of support that we provide for our students, but what does that really look like? Well, our PATH scholars usually participate in a bridge session that helps get them prepared for life at the university. This fall intersession takes place before the first full semester of a student's college career. The students get to arrive on campus early to start taking classes, become familiar with the layout of students, start building a foundation for what their academic career will look like, building relationships with faculty, and building community within the PATH cohort. And so getting to campus before all the other students arrive on campus, it's a big advantage of getting acclimated to the University of Arkansas. We usually have PATH program dinners to help build that and strengthen that community within the PATH cohorts and between cohorts, so that you have a good, strong support network here on campus. Our students also participate in monthly Sunday meetings. So it's once a month on a Sunday, we come together to cover an academic or professional development topic that will help the students be successful at the University of Arkansas and continue that community building and fellowship with your cohort. Once a year, we have a retreat where we dive a little bit deeper into a personal development topic and get the students ready for, it's usually in the spring, so getting the students ready to take on their second semester of the school year, getting everybody reconnected and into that learning and growth mindset. And of course, it's important to celebrate accomplishments. So at the end of the year, we host a banquet where we celebrate the accomplishments of every cohort, but especially the accomplishments of our graduating cohort. and having one last get-together community activity before the students head their separate ways for the summer. And we usually do some sort of volunteer activity because, again, like I mentioned, there's a high level of engagement, and it's important for our PATH scholars to be engaged on campus, but also giving back to the community and being active members of our society. And so we'll do some sort of volunteer outing together.
So like Sochi's mentioned, there's a lot of opportunities for our students to be engaged with one another and a lot of opportunities for them to do community building. Here's one out of many things we've done together as a group. So here's a picture of some of our PATH scholars during a wonderful hike last summer at Devil's Den, which is about 35 minutes out from the University of Arkansas campus. So in our program, students do receive a lot of support, and I'm sure you're wondering what those forms of support look like. And so mentoring is key in our program, and students have several types of mentors. They have PATH peer mentors, so any student that's been a part of our program and is a current student at the University of Arkansas is definitely a huge part of our program and helping our students grow. And so students may just really work with their PATH peers to figure out, what they should do about this difficult chemistry class that they're taking and figuring out a study plan, or just asking, a PATH peer what they should get involved with on campus and different things like that. Students also have faculty mentors through our programs. So students are paired with faculty that are in fields that are directly aligned with their academic disciplines or similar to their academic disciplines and are able to be exposed to different types of opportunities just working with their faculty mentors. We also have our PATH team, which is our PATH staff here at the University of Arkansas. And so that consists of the director of the PATH program, which again is Sochi, myself, which I serve as the assistant director, and then our graduate assistant that works with us part-time. And so students definitely check in with us about the day-to-day things, figuring out how to study for a certain class, figuring out how to have a hard conversation with somebody about something challenging. Again, figuring out, how to apply for an internship or a job or whatever the case may be. So students are able to have access to all these different forms of support to really help them to be the best version of themselves and help them to graduate from the University of Arkansas. So how do you apply for the PATH program? So we're just gonna go over the selection and interview process. So one of the first things that students have to do before doing anything else is applying to the University of Arkansas and being admitted. And then after they're admitted into the University of Arkansas, the student will need to apply for scholarships at the university. And so those are going to be two of the biggest steps that you'll need to take prior to doing anything else that will help you to qualify for the PATH program. And in addition to that, students must have at least a 3.5 to a 4.0 cumulative GPA to apply. And they'll need to have between a 23 to a 27 composite score on the ACT or the SAT equivalent of an 1130 to a 1300. And so, again, those are some of the things that you'll need to be able to qualify. We also are looking for students that are highly engaged in their high school community. So for those of you that, are doing clubs or sports or volunteering or anything like that, it's really good to apply for this program as well. Leadership is definitely a plus as well if you're doing any leadership roles. We do invite students to apply for the PATH program based upon the qualifications. If you are selected to move through the next round. You will have to fill out the application for the PATH program. And the application does require a couple of reflection pieces. So there'll be a couple of questions, short open-ended responses that students will respond to. Students will need a recommendation from either a school teacher or a counselor or some sort of academic figure. So somebody that can really speak volumes on your work ethic and how you perform in your classes and just academically in general. And then from there, for our interview process in itself, if a student moves on to the next part of the process, they will be invited to participate in a 20-minute panel interview with the PATH selection committee, which consists of several different people. And so that's really kind of the gist of the interview process for our application or for our program. Once students are admitted into the PATH program, they will have additional opportunities, and Sochi's talked about a lot of them earlier, but there are, again, opportunities beyond just what PATH offers. So if students are admitted into the honors college, then they'll also be able to take advantage of some of these things below. So students will be able to take honors courses. And with some of those courses, there is a smaller community there. So students are really able to just kind of focus in on some topics more into depth with their peers in the classroom and dive into some topics a little bit deeper. We also have study abroad grant funding that we can extend to students that can cover up to a certain amount of their eligible program cost. And so a good amount of students do study abroad in the Honors College before graduating from the University of Arkansas. And last year we gave out over $800,000 in funding to support students with that. So that's another opportunity to take advantage of. We also have research grant funding to support students with their research projects. And so whether that be that a student needs to travel somewhere to conduct their research, or maybe they need certain supplies for their research, or maybe they want to present their research at a conference, those grants are used to cover different things like that. And then there's the opportunity to actually conduct research at the University of Arkansas. And so that will look different based on the student's academic discipline. Some students work in a lab several times a week conducting experiments. Some students may be looking at an archive and doing research there on historical things. Certain students might be presenting an art gallery of some of their best pieces of artwork for their research project. So there's going to be that opportunity as well. And so we want to thank you all for joining us today, and hopefully you've learned some great information about the PATH program.
Thank you.